YCS Vancouver has been a little bit dramatic, but it's over now and it's time to recap the event. Let's dive in. And before we begin, the new Dracotail collection and the Yummy collection are out now. Insane deck boxes. If you want to get them, check out the link in the description below, sleevechief.de. Don't forget to use galzo5. So we got Yummy winning YCS Vancouver. This is the first YCS of the new Justice Hunters format with the new set with Yummy, K9 Vanquish Soul, and of course Dracotail, which we've been following closely on the channel. And yeah, Yummy takes it all. Vanquish Soul not far behind with high representation, and of course Crystron K9 as well. We're going to look at a lot of these deck lists that did manage to get there because there wasn't any coverage for the event except for the written coverage on the Konami blog. A little bit of the drama. This was a 500-ish person event, and this took place in Vancouver, which, if you don't know your geography so well, it's basically very, very close to Alaska. If you look at the map, look all the way up and left, you'll see it right above Seattle in the US. So not a very convenient destination. A lot of duelists, even from Europe, did fly out and participate in the event. Eventually, Yummy has won. I think that a lot of people are comparing this. This is happening in parallel to Pokemon Worlds, which is like the huge event in Anaheim, California. And I think it's obviously an unfair comparison to compare a 500-person specific YCS event to a World Championships. But yeah, we had a new prize card introduced in this set, which was Anotherverse Stratios, which is hopefully the last Anotherverse monster. And we also see the packs here. You get a winner's pack here, the top cut pack, you get the sleeves, and you get the promo. Some players also got the effect veiler. And yeah, this is Christian Urena, shout out to him. Now, let's look at some of the deck lists from this event. This is going to be top 32, Dracotail, K9, Fiendsmith. So I heard that there was an interesting tech here. So obviously this is pretty heavy on the K9 engine because we are playing like 3 Jokel and Lantern and Case for K9 and the Quick Plates, 42 cards. This is basically like a good stuff, right? You have the ability to climb up into your Fiendsmith engine. You have your 3 Shaddoll Beasts here, and this saw success. This is interesting here in the side deck. Perform Up L5 Rainbow Magician. We haven't seen this card, I think, since Super Heavy format. Basically, right? If you set a card while this is in the graveyard, you can place it in the Pendulum Zone, so you can use it free as material. All the Dracotail cards set a card. Basically, you put it in your scale, right? Now, if a player has 0 set spells and traps in their spell and trap zones, they cannot attack or activate any monster effects that they control, right? So it's essentially sort of like a really heavy floodgate. So it forces your opponent to set cards, especially against Vanquish Soul, which don't really have a lot of spells to begin with, right? And then when they set it, you can just pop them with your Dracotail cards, and this becomes a pretty strong floodgate. So this is going to be K9, Fiendsmith. Yeah, I mean, Fiendsmith is still a thing, for sure. This is going to be Jesse Cotton, top 8. And this is a bit of a different take. We see 3 Dracotail Pan here, which I thought was crazy. I heard that in his deck profile, he said that there's no need to play 3. And I also don't really understand the Cartesia. To be honest, like, you have so many normal summons in this deck, but yeah, this doesn't lock you into fusions. Yeah, you can special summon without using itself, but still, would you rather summon this and then have to give up another Dracotail card from your hand? A lot of hand traps. We've seen a lot of Veilers and Ghost Ogres probably because of Paradise Smasher, which is heavily played in, it's probably going to be in Crystron decks and in Vanquish Soul decks, of course. But yeah, a lot of hand traps, and then basically the standard build, 40 cards. We see Philia Regis. We covered this in one of our deck profiles, I believe, of Dracotail, so go check it out. This is a non-target. This is a target banish on field or graveyard. In the side deck, we see Bells, we see Drolls, we see Phantasmes, we see some Fenriers, another Cartesia, and then Lancia. So I'm looking for the text, to someone to surprise me. Vanquish Soul K9, this was the quote-unquote best deck going into this event. As you can see, like, the very low spell count that this deck has, right? So if you do get 5 Rainbow Magician, it's not super easy. Very cookie cutter deck. people are moving to play 1 heavy Borger. 3 Jialong is indeed a lot, but a very actually small K9 engine. Like, no, we're not playing Jokel here. We're not playing Lantern. No case for K9. Not even in the side. And with Extravagance, you just play a ton of copies of everything, right? You just play 2 Paradise Smasher. In the side deck, we do see there can be only 1, and Shifter. Some people are going to get shifted by the 1 Shifter. It's still legal to play, technically. Another K9 Vanquish Soul, which we see playing the 1 Jokel and some Phantasmes as well. Phantasme very solid against Yummy specifically. You just get to draw more cards. You get to play on the opponent's turn. Even if your K9s don't really make a lot of sense, we see the same amount of spell and trap count. Not going super heavy for the Extravagance though. And then we do see Dino Wrestler Pancratops, which is a solid tech card against Yummy, basically. And Anti-Spell Fragrance, and there can be only 1. Then, one of the decks that surprised people, I think, the most, I wasn't personally surprised by this, because I've seen how strong and consistent this deck can be, and synergistic. But yeah, Crystron K9. This is, I believe, Yassine. Yeah. So, basically, the synergy here is that you have these really good level 5 monsters, and if you open them in conjunction with Jokel, or Chaotic Elements, which can search it, or Case for K9, which can search it, then you go mega full combo. And the end board is going to be like Don Dragster. It's going to be the full Crystron setup. It's going to be like an SPL Knight. Or now, this is an interesting tech because people started to play Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon to get rid of the SP and the Cyber Dragon Infinity, right? So maybe just end on a Silhouette Rabbit. And, you know, whatever, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. You just play around the Chimera Tech. And I think this is cool because in the side, they have Apophis of the Swamp Deity. More case of K9 for consistency going first. Dark Ruler No More, pretty good against Yummy, I guess. Sometimes against Vanquish Soul, I suppose. So yeah, this board can get really oppressive. It's interesting to play 1 Tristaurus, 1 Spiger. And yeah, the winner of the event, Yummy, of course, making it to the first place. Honestly, kind of like one of the more vanilla lists. I mean, shout out, but I was expecting to see some techs, but I didn't see any techs. Like, this is techless for sure. Just like good, consistent deck building. 3/3/3, a lot of hand traps. Again, Ghost Ogre is great in this format. Prioritizing Effect Veiler and Infinite Impermanence, again, to not get OTK'd by the Paradise Smasher. And Bell, which is also very good against Dracotail. Dominus Purge, we got the 3 Obedience School, we got the Striker Engine, we got 1 of each field spell. If this is gone, you lose, I guess. And then 2 Surprise in the extra deck. Again, super standard here. I do like the side deck, though. I do like the side deck. This card is pretty much like very solo against Dracotail, right? And then Contact T as well against Yummy specifically. Also against Dracotail, I suppose. Yeah, you could do that as well. And yeah, this is the winner. So I think in terms of the tournament itself, we see the chart here. And it seems like Vanquish Soul, Yummy. Vanquish Soul was the most represented in top 32. We have Yummy and we have Crystron as well. Then we have Dracotail. We do have 1 Malice and 1 White Forest, and Mitsurugi is still a thing. But look at this. I mean, just a very natural shift. And all the best decks are now Justice Hunter decks. This is incredible because you thought like Mitsurugi, Raizio, with all the nasty things that they can do. Malice with Dominus Impulse and really insane cards. Just get outclassed immediately. Maybe this is a case of, you know, people not wanting to play them anymore, want to play the new decks. That makes sense. It shows in representation as well, but still, this is very interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. We're going to have a lot of really cool videos this week, so make sure you are subscribed. And before we end it, again, another reminder that the new Yummy and Dracotail accessories are out now on sleevechief.de. These are incredible. I really want to get my hands on these. So if you do, make sure to check out the link in the description below and use code galzo5 at checkout. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.